Peace, goddesses. Happy 11/11. Join me in an 11/11 manifestation meditation. Get in a quiet space if you can. Take a couple of sips of water. Okay? And join me as we manifest our best lives together. Meditation is necessary to implant deep into the consciousness what you seek in your reality. So join me, all right? Get in a quiet space and let's start. Okay. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your nose. Everything through the nose. Breathe in again through your nose. And exhale out through your nose. Again, 3 breaths. And this time we're going to exhale through our mouth. Inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out through your mouth. Last one. Inhale through your nose. And deep exhale out through your mouth. Good. Close your eyes and smile. Smiling activates the energy of joy and abundance. If ever you're in a rut and you're feeling down, force yourself to smile. It changes the entire energetic composition of your body and allows for abundant prosperity, love, success, and everything high vibrational, happiness, to be downloaded and activated within you. So throughout this meditation, we're going to smile as we visualize our life as we would like it to be unfold before us. As I guide you over the next few minutes, try to visualize it from your own perspective. Then I will fall silent with my eyes closed, and I would like you to do the same as you receive the high vibrational energies all around us that are being tapped in right now through the 11/11 portal. Okay? All right. Visualize yourself walking down a path. On the path, to your right, you see green, flowing valley. All green as the eyes can see. Green, luscious grass, beautiful flowers, luscious trees. You see a pond to your right with lotus flowers and lotus leaves. To your left, you see a large river flowing. You hear it bustling with life. Fishes jumping throughout it. You see a boat and 2 goddesses on the boat. They wave at you. You notice that they're you. One is the childhood version of you. baby girl. And one is the future you, the matron. And they wave at you and they smile. And you giggle and laugh to see them floating down the river. Directly ahead of you is the bright, beautiful sun. Its rays are piercing your skin. So much so you begin to remove your clothes. So much so that you stand there in all God's glory as you were born, with each cell being activated by the energy of the sun. Within the sun, you notice the numbers 11. It almost looks like a clock. 11:11. Wow, that's odd. As you feel the penetration of the sun and you see these numbers, you continue to walk towards it. On your left, the bustling river, and on your right, the beautiful, luscious, green Garden of Eden, and that pond with the lotus. As you walk towards the sun, it seems to illuminate all around you. Now you seem as if you're in a glowing ball of light with the numbers 11:11 in front of you. Reach out your hand and part the numbers 11:11 as you walk through the gateway. As you walk through the gateway, on the other side of the sun, you see yourself living the reality of your dreams. You walk to your right, over to the pond. Something tells you to step on the water, and as you do, you are floated over to the largest lotus leaf you have ever seen. You sit on the leaf, and as you sit on the leaf, the lotus flower in front of you begins to open. 1,000-petaled lotus flower opens in front of you. It's a pink lotus, and its scent sends you to a space of pure bliss and happiness that you've never felt before. Smile as you walk into that lotus. You sit into that lotus, and then you watch your life open up before you, almost as if though you're watching a movie. You see yourself while you sit on that lotus, living out your goals and aspirations. At this time, I want you to visualize the major thing that you want in life, the major persons you want to be around, the major financial goals that you have, your economic goals, the major love that you would like to experience in relationships. What is the major manifestation that pops out in front of you? Pick one and visualize it. You are sitting on the lotus flower, watching it unfold. As it unfolds, you smile. The lotus flower is now carrying you on that pond towards the future you. As you get closer to the screen where you're watching your dreams unfold, you put your hand out and you touch yourself, and all of a sudden, you're pulled into that new reality. You're walking in that new reality right now. How does it smell? Smell the smells. Visualize what it looks like. What does it look like, Goddess? Who are you with? Where are you going? What are you doing? See yourself walking in that path right now. Where are you? Who's with you? What are you doing? What are you wearing? Okay. How does it feel? It feels great. Smile at the feeling of the manifestation that you're living out right now. Continue doing so and continue taking deep breaths. Breathe in and exhale. As I fall silent for the next 11 minutes, I want you to walk through this new reality that you are creating right now. Only what you seek to manifest on a high vibrational level. Think big, dream big, really big. Continue living out your reality until we come back to our lotus. Begin. Take a deep breath in and exhale. As you finish up the last scene of your experience of your best life, see yourself in pure bliss and happiness living it. Now, I want you to, in your mind, with your eyes still closed and in deep meditation, in your mind, see yourself turn around and see that lotus flower. I want you to walk out of your mind movie, bid yourself adieu, and walk back to that lotus flower, that 1,000 petaled pink lotus flower on the pond in the beautiful lush garden. Have a seat. Face forward and give one more look at that beautiful, blissful reality that is yours, that is here, that is now. Look at it and know that it is unfolding. As the lotus glides back towards the sun portal, you feel joy and enamored of your experience, excited to take on the path that unfolds this experience. You float back towards the sun. You arise off of your petal and you see the beautiful sun and the 1111 through it. Put your hands out in front of you and part that 1111 portal and walk back through it the way you came. That felt great. We're still in meditation, eyes closed. You're standing on your path now, facing the sun. The pond on your right with the luscious, beautiful greenery and flowers and trees. It's the Garden of Eden on earth. And to your left is that beautiful river flowing, and you still see the boat with baby girl you and big mama you, future matron you. About face, meaning turn the opposite direction. Walk down the path the opposite way that you came. Now in front of you, you see the large, beautiful, spectacular moon. It's the biggest, brightest full moon you've ever seen in your life. It's so big, it's palpable. So now, on your left lies the river, and on your right lies the garden. Keep walking towards the moon. Keep walking towards the big, bright, beautiful moon. As you walk towards the moon, it changes phases. It's changing phases. It's going from waning to waxing. Watch it change phases. As you continue to walk towards the moon, you see the numbers 1111 pop up in the middle of it. Keep walking. The phase has stopped on the new moon phase, meaning the moon is barely visible, if not at all. It's a big black void space. The new moon is not visible by the human eye. It's completely black. The only thing you see is the 1111, and darkness has befalled the sky. But you are not scared, as you know all things are born in the unseen, in the dark. As a matter of fact, you're extremely brave, confident, knowing that the reality you just witnessed is unfolding before you. But first, we have to face ourselves and anything that may stand in our way to unfolding the reality we seek. As we come closer and closer to the moon and closer to the 11:11, we put our hands out in front of us and part the 11:11 and walk through the darkness of the moon. On the other side, that river is glistening.
Recording stopped.
The river is glistening on the other side. The boat pulls up to the shore, and baby girl comes out. She holds your hand and guides you to the boat. You go into the boat, and you sit with her and matron you. The three of you are in the boat. The boat sails towards the moon. As it's sailing, baby girl is talking to you. She is telling you all the things that happened to her, and you're listening. All the things that happened to her from when she was born up until now. The good, the bad, the indifferent. I want you to hear her speak of something that may have been traumatic, uncomfortable, something that may have robbed her of her youth or of her light, of her essence. Something that if you knew now, you could go back and change, as we live with no regrets. But we want to recognize that aspect of her that might be hurt and unwilling to grow. Listen to her. Watch her release. Watch her cry. Watch her heal. Hold her hand and heal with her. Release the negative events or event. Release the traumatic event or events. Thoughts or actions that happened to this little girl or young lady. As she speaks of those events, a bucket appears before you in the boat. As she speaks of those events and the tears flow from her eyes, capture the river of tears into the bucket. I want you to continue reliving any past traumatic, negative, unworthy experiences that you may have experienced on your way to achieving your life's goals as a child and as a young lady. I want you to release in the form that best fits you right now, and watch those experiences in the form of water fill up that bucket. We shall sit with that until your bucket is filled. Once your bucket is filled, dump it into the river. as you dump the trauma, the negative experiences, the ill health, the ill wishes, the negative thoughts, and all things that don't serve you, no longer serve you, and never have served you, as you have dumped them into the river, watch it swell. The river swells. It becomes a robust, meandering river. White waters, but you are safe as you tread these waters with baby you, the matron you, future you, successful you, happy you, accomplished you, wise you, holds your hand and holds the hand of baby you, or young lady you, as you sit in a trinity of divine femininity and flow through the waters of healing. You come to a waterfall. You hold each other's hands. And as the boat goes over the waterfall, you are lifted up by a source unknown, but that feels so good and benevolent. You know it's the hand of the Creator herself. You are lifted up, up, up into the heavens, up into the skies, up into the cosmos, up into the universe, up into the multiverse, up into the embrace of the Creator herself. And you hold hands with your future self and your younger self. And you have a knowing that all is well. As the three of you look down, the entire universe looks like a pin of a needle. You realize it is not that serious. We are but a small microcosm of the macrocosm. And we can change anything in our lives right now by our thoughts and our words and our actions. As the goddess reveals this to you, you laugh in knowing that you can create anything that you want, including your own healing. She slowly places you back down into the universe, back down onto earth, back down into your meditation on your boat. You're back in still waters as baby you guides you to the shore. You step off the boat and you give thanks to her. You kiss her on her forehead and you give her the best, biggest hug you have ever given anyone. And you thank her for guiding you down the path of healing and release. You kiss the forehead of matron you and give her the biggest hug you've ever gave anyone. And thank her for the revelation of walking a path that has already been laid before you through your own thoughts, words, and deeds. And you watch them turn around and ride off into the sun. You see the beautiful moon in front of you with its 11:11 portal energy. And you put your hands out in front of you and part the 11 and walk through the new moon. As you walk through the new moon and you see it behind you, you give thanks to Divine Feminine for guiding you and helping you to release everything that would block you from manifesting the life that you deserve. As you walk towards the sun, you stop in the middle of both the moon and the sun and give thanks to both creations. Give thanks for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, as they are both equivalently important in our lives. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. And on the 3rd breath, I want you to slowly open your eyes, very slowly. Breathe in. And exhale through the mouth. Breathe in. And exhale through the mouth. One last time. Breathe in. And exhale through the mouth. And slowly, very slowly, goddess, open your eyes. Take as much time as you like. I know some of y'all feeling the tingles. I'm feeling it. My whole body's vibrating right now. Okay. Now, for the ladies here on Zoom, I want you to raise your hand if you'd like to share your experience. And we're going to do some quick shares because I do want to get to some Q&A about our manifestation section and any questions you guys have on that. But first, if anybody would like to share their experience with the meditation, please raise your hand and I will bring you on. Okay. Nobody? Everybody's just sent out? I feel you. I'm going to check the chat. If anybody wants to share in the chat your experience, or just let me know, like, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling, ladies? Let me just make sure we're still tapped in here. I know we went deep. We went really deep. We were in meditation for 44 minutes. Okay. Most people don't meditate for a minute a day. Right? So we went deep into the recesses of our minds to create the reality we seek. Okay? Peace and light. That's how I'm feeling. Thank you, Goddess Kenyatta. Fulani, I feel deep reconciliation with myself. I am safe in my own embrace. Ooh. That's a word, Queen. Yes. Jessica, just want to say thank you as I'm still taking it all in. Thank you, Queen. Ashe. Raven says tingly. Yes, I definitely feel tingly. It looks like I got a goddess in the chat with their hand up. Christine, you want to come on? I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead, Queen.
All right. First of all, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I wanted to share because, I'm feeling a little shy about the whole experience or sharing the whole experience, right? But it was important for me to kind of point out how the first part of it, the whole future, the part that I feel like was more focused on the future and the sun, was more difficult for me to visualize, though my efforts were there. And that's good for now, but yes. I found it much easier to connect with the past or the moon or the childhood ones. And I feel like that is probably going to help me, be able to visualize more clearly things about the future, things that I want in the future. I found that to be very just impactful, and it's on brand for someone like me, to be honest. Like I definitely like to dig into my past, and I love and appreciate darkness. So this made a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to be able to appreciate and visualize and see the things that I want in the future are important to me. So I'm glad that I got to see how I am on both sides of that coin.
That's dope. Thank you for sharing that, Queen. And that brings up something very important. Thank you for saying that. Because a lot of times, just in general, we tend to dwell in the past than seeing the light of our future. And so a lot of times when we carry out a meditation like this, I find that, and some of the sisters might testament to it in the chat, I find that majority of the women connect to divine feminine way easier. It's just natural, right? It's natural. It's natural from habit, usually, unfortunately, on the negative side of dwelling. But it's also natural because it's innate, because it is the divine feminine. And a lot of us have trouble seeing where we want to be in the future. A lot of us have trouble using our imagination in a way that's constructive beyond, 12 years old. And that's because we don't have clarity, because the past and negative experiences are muddling it. And so that's why it's important to do this work on a regular basis, not just today. Right. So the fact that we're doing it today, though, on 11/11. Go ahead.
It's a big deal. I was just saying it's a big deal that we're doing it today. Yeah. That's exactly why I felt like I was led to this. I've actually been led to your page a while ago, but was coming from that place of lack. And I just feel like I want to invest in myself now. And this was a nice, initiation, I feel, for me into what, you know what I'm saying? Into what it is that you actually exactly offer. And I think maybe this would help me be able to visualize those things in the future more too. Definitely. I think it's good to kind of just know where I come from, but I think it's important for me to learn that. I'm glad that I came today.
Yes, I'm glad you did too, Queen. I'm glad you did too, because that a lot of times we're just we're apprehensive to speak up, but you hit home there. I mean, it's the number one biggest block to manifesting is not dealing or staying in unresolved trauma. Everything that we're doing in life, our whole goal-getter, mentality, or whatever goals and things we have set out for us, and that we're constantly trying to work on, and if things aren't going our way, 90% of the time it's because we are energetically not there. We're in the past. We are depressed. That's living in the past. It's living in the past repeatedly to the point where you're not moving forward. We have to be able to do things and activities that help us to let go of it and to heal and move forward. And a lot of times it's a blocker. And even if it's not in the past, like baby girl past, it could be in the past like yesterday. I can't believe this person, whatever it may be. Or I should have did this. I could have did that. There's a difference.
That's why I love when you said you speak. If you have something on your heart, you better speak it.
Yes.
Because just see how you feel. At least, we have certain things that we do, and that's at least the one thing that I can do right now. I can't keep something on my chest and not speaking it. It does make you feel lighter.
Right. A lot. Because the truth will set you free, and the truth is governed here in your throat. Your truth, your authenticity. And I know this. And I'm a constantly work in progress in this, because majority of my life, that's something I struggled with, speaking my truth out of fear. But that was from trauma. Right? So let me see. Goddess Fulani says, I feel a deep connection with myself. Oh, I said hers already, but it popped up again. Jenica says, acceptance and alignment. Kenya says, light and joyful. Comment centered from Paula. All right, Goddess Jenica wants to share. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate you, Goddess. Goddess Jenica, go ahead and unmute. And I'd love to hear your experience with the meditation.
Woo! I'm still vibrating. My heart is still beating so quickly right now. When we went into the meditation, and the lush, beautiful gardens were on our right with the pond. And we saw the beautiful lotus flower and walked onto it. For me, it connected me to a dream that I had literally days ago.
Oh my God.
Of the same exact vision. At that point, I was just like blown away. Wow. Like, I remember having that dream and waking up in the middle of the night, and I kept on repeating, lotus flower, lotus flower, lotus flower. And I said to myself, Jamaica, don't forget. And I woke up, and this brought me back to it. I didn't remember until this meditation. And
oh my gosh.
For me, it was just like, just showing me the grace of God just over my life. And I'm walking in the right path of my destiny. And it's just showing me that the alignment that I've been feeling is just true and confirmation. And I'm so thankful that I received this email a couple of days ago and decided to take the class, because I would have not remembered that dream. I didn't remember until this meditation. So
wow.
That same thing, it was two people sitting on like green, like lily pads. And then I remember repeatedly saying lotus flowers. So it's just,
that's dope. That is goddess.
I'm happy. I'm blessed.
I'm sorry, Queen. I don't mean to cut you off. Listen. I don't want to Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish. But goddess, first of all, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Like nothing surprises me anymore, but I still get excited over it. All right, like synchronicities it's a daily, regular thing. But when it comes from two individuals we've never met, in person, right, and you're saying that you had an exact dream of this exact vision of the meditation that was downloaded in me to guide it, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I just feel so much abundance and gratefulness. I'm so grateful. And so I just had to share that, because I'm like, this is the exact same dream that I had a couple of days ago that I was urging myself to remember, didn't remember, and that brought me right back. This brought me right back to it. To God be the glory. Yes.
Right, to God be the glory. Ashe, amen. And thank you.
Thank you.
So goddess, for you, this is like a triple confirmation, right? So, and for everybody on this call and hearing my voice, we're in alignment on purpose. The universe makes no mistakes. The universe always conspires on our behalf. And when I say universe, I mean the most high, intelligent, creative energy that keeps the universal intelligence of all things together. Some call universe, some people say God, some people have names for God, some people say the creator, some people say God is God energy. We talking about the same thing. All right, just letting you know, to be aware. And so, all that being said, this is the synchrony of 11:11. That is what I'm talking about. There's things that are happening that we are completely unaware of, that are working in our favor or working for our destruction. And a lot of times, we align with one or the other, And the more we align with what's in our favor energetically, the more that the visualization of what we want to see in the sun manifest comes to us. It's already written because we wrote the story already. We've already seen it. We've already created it. We just have to walk the path to get us there. And the things that deter us off those paths are the negatives. The negative energy, the negative people, the negative thoughts. That's why you have to stay in alignment with high vibrational things that bring about your goals and your dreams. And that's exactly what I was talking about the first half. How do you stay in alignment with it? Following those cycles of nature. The moon cycle is a cycle of nature, okay? Divinely ordained by the Most High to keep us in check, our emotional energy in check. The moon governs all emotions of the body because it governs the water. And the water is where our emotions lie. Every gland in our body excretes hormones that allows us to feel happiness, to feel sadness, to feel pain, to feel whatever we're feeling. It's squirted out, unscientifically say squirted out, from the glands into the bloodstream, into the waters. It's liquid in the waters. And what governs the waters? The moon. It's all connected. It's all connected. Let me check the chat. Christine says that was beautiful. Paula, wow, the synchronicity of it all. So beautiful. Ashe. Okay, so do we have any questions about the meditation? Also, what I want y'all to do is, again, it is the new moon, all right? If you caught the meditation part, I only did the meditation part on live so people could join the meditation. Everything else we're talking about for the people that are alive are for the goddesses who invested the 1111. So we had a whole teaching before we did the meditation dealing with manifestation and how to go about it. But all that being said, it's the new moon right now. Okay, it's 11:11 today. Nothing says that you can't go back and go deeper into this meditation later on tonight. When? I would highly recommend around 10:45 and 11 o'clock. If you stay up that late, see, I got some little tear marks from my meditation when I was doing my releasing. But yes, I would highly advise taking advantage of this, okay? Again, this evening, all right? And doing the exact same meditation. Guide yourself through the meditation, all right? The meditation part, Katrina, I have it actually being streamed live, just the meditation. So you can always go back to the Goddess Body page on Instagram and click that, and it'll start directly from the meditation, okay? And so you could just jump in, all right? And so I would highly advise that around 10:45 you start to decompress, and by 11 you're going into this meditation again, okay? And so you can go a little bit deeper. And then if you have it available, I would highly recommend you continue doing this meditation every day for the new moon phase. So the new moon is going to be today. It's the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. It's the best time to do this type of release work. Okay? And it's going to take more than one time. And that's why there's a new moon every month. All right? And so if we want to get really, really deep into the manifestation system and the 8 C's and everything I talked about, I do have a course on that as well. And for any goddess on the Zoom right now, I will also throw in the ebook. So I will send out a link after the Zoom to the actual course where you can actually go in and do the practices with me, and it'll keep you in alignment so that when you know the phases are coming up, you can just click on it and say, okay, this is what I got to do until it's autopilot, until it's on autopilot. Because it's a lot deeper than what I could give you, when we first started. But I highly, highly recommend that. It's called the Goddess Goals 28-Day Manifestation course. And it's a course and an ebook as well, if you want to get just the ebook. But I highly recommend the course because it's in video format and audio format. And then for everybody on this Zoom as well, I will throw in the ebook if you get the course, okay? I'll throw in the ebook. So you also have that digital format too. But that's really going to break down the 8 C's. It's really going to break down all the actionable steps you should be doing during the 8 C's and everything in alignment with the lunar cycle, so that every 28 days you're shedding and releasing and manifesting 2 goals every month, point blank period. It was this integration of holistic knowledge that really took me out the hood. Just to keep it 100. It took me out of the lowest state of poverty that I had been in. I was living in Richmond, Virginia. The last house I was in Richmond, Virginia was at 250. Look, y'all could Google map it. I'm giving y'all actual addresses. Don't go there. I don't know who lived there now. But it was 2507 Weber Avenue, Richmond, Virginia, 23224, off Chamberlain. Some of y'all in Richmond know what I'm talking about. Okay. South side, right? The house was jacked up. The house was defunct, right? But it was the first house I had ever lived in. So I was like, we need a house. We had a growing family. I had 4 babies at the time. My youngest was like 1. And I was still in school full time, getting my master's degree. I was launching Goddess Body, was first starting, and I was taking money from my paycheck, working part-time at, I was actually working full-time at the college at Virginia State in the Ag Center and doing plant science work and research, getting $14 an hour. I could barely make ends meet. At the time, my rent was like $800 a month. And when I got paid, I would literally take some money from the light bill, and I would put it in Goddess Body, And at that time, I was learning so much. Like the story I told y'all before about numerology and astrology and adding that aspect of holistic healing to the herbology and everything, to the point where I was blessed by spirit, to come across teachers that helped to synchronize all my knowledge and applying the knowledge with the astrology and the natural synchronicity and the movement of the divine feminine energy of the moon and how it governs us. I finally started breaking through. That house was so jacked up. The living room had holes in it in the walls to the point where vines would grow in from the outside, and we'd have to cut the vines. It was insane. Some people on this call, Kenyatta can be a testament to this. She knows. Like, I didn't even know the sister was going to be on the call. Okay? She knows. She's seen it. Jessica, she knows. She's seen it. So I'm not making this stuff up. The environment was so bad that I didn't allow my kids to play outside. They didn't even know they was in the hood, for real. I wouldn't allow them to play outside. There would be women walking, selling their bodies in front. Gunshots every night. Close. Pop, pop, pop. The kids, what is that? Oh, it's fireworks. Dang, they like fireworks around here. I know. I was in there for a year. I was at that space for a year. And I was like, God, whatever I got to do, let me know where I failed so I can get up out of here. I would walk. You couldn't walk inside the kitchen with heels on because my heel would sink through whatever the crap flooring to the open space under the floor. Listen, this changed my life. Okay. And for a long time, I was scared to teach it. I was scared how it would be received. My throat chakra was closed on it. So I stick with Goddess Body, and the healing aspects of feminine health and healing and herbology, and stuck with the science mind because people respected it. But people gonna respect this divine feminine now. Because it's the honest truth of what led me to where I'm at to now. Period. And I will not sit on her anymore or any longer. And that is what the Goddess Academy is about. Bringing balance from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. I say, oh, Paula, yes. Kenyatta, say that. Kenyatta is a phenomenal force in bringing this into fruition. Kenyatta saw this vision for me before I could even see it. Kenyatta offered to help me write the book. Kenyatta was helping me put this whole academy together, and I wasn't ready. But I promised this woman a seat on the throne. Wait for it, Queen. I wait for it. Okay? You and Jessica, wait for it. It's coming. We're building the academy, and I'm going to need help. So they know. So anybody that's interested, it is available on the Goddess Academy site, but I will go ahead and send a link out. Okay? So if you do get the course, I will go ahead and throw in the ebook as well. All right? Okay. And for the ladies on live, again, that's it's all available on goddessgoals.com. But for the ladies on the Zoom, I'll send you that link to the academy, so you can view more and see if that's for you, if you want to go a little bit deeper. Okay. But most definitely for the next 3 days, redo the meditation aspect. Because the 1111 energy is a frequency, but the portal closes tomorrow for 1111. Okay? So are there any questions on the Zoom? Any questions on the Zoom for anything we covered on the first half? Go ahead, Crystal.
So this was great. I must say first, it's new for me. So trying to take it all in and concentrate, I guess, to the whole meditation was a bit challenging, but definitely a building block. But I have two questions. So the 28-day cycle, is it the same cycle for everybody? And does it start after the third day? Like when exactly does the 28-day cycle start over again?
Okay.
And then my second question is, would you be able to send out the chart? Because I wasn't able to take a screenshot. If I did, I wouldn't be able to read anything that was on it.
Yes, ma'am. I can do that. I'll go ahead and I'll send the chart out to everybody on the Zoom so you can flow through the chart. The 28-day cycle is the lunar cycle. It's just the way the moon phases work. So there's 8 phases. There's 8 phases of the moon, no matter where you are on Earth. There's 8 phases, okay? If you were to search about moon phases, either from a scientific side, left brain side, astronomical side, let's say astronomical, versus the astrological, which is the right brain side, the divine feminine side, the energetic side, the information is going to be colored a little bit different. So that's why we combine both of them, okay? We're not going to do one or the other. So to say when it starts, technically, if you want to be technical, you know, we're saying we're going from new moon to full moon and back again, right? Because it's a cycle. So we're going to new moon to full moon and then back from full moon to new moon. New moon to full moon and from full moon to new moon. This cycle is 28 days because it takes 28 days for this moon that's moving in a circle, right? It's orbiting around the Earth in the middle. So our moon orbits around our Earth, and it takes 28 days from new moon back to new moon, or from full moon back to full moon. 28 days is just a cycle that it takes for the moon to go from one point back to its same point, same phase. So where it starts is a misnomer, right?
Okay.
You kind of understand that a little bit with my little finger thing? So now when you get into the right brain side of astrology and manifestation and energetic work and intention, and specifically what we're talking about using the moon for in manifestation, a lot of the information out there starts with the new moon and planting intentions, right? It starts with the new moon. I'm not going to do the Earth version. I'm going to do this version, right? So it starts with the new moon and planting intentions. And then it says you see the creation, you see the manifest. I'm just saying what's out there, but then I'm going to debunk it. So majority of what's out there is that you start your thought process of planting intentions to your subconscious mind at the new moon, and that they take 14 days to come into fruition. At the full moon is when they come to fruition. What happened to all of this? You know what I'm saying? So from the new moon to the full moon, it's only half the energetic space of creation, of manifesting anything, of a full cycle. So you don't start at the new moon to the full moon, okay, for a full cycle, okay? We're using the manifestation system that I introduced to you. We're starting at the waning gibbous, technically, which is right when the moon is starting to shrink back into. It's actually to be on point. It's the third quarter moon, and if you don't know moon phases, it's gonna be like, that's why it's better to follow the course. You know what I'm saying? So you can, I break down lunar phases from left brain and right brain first, because how are we gonna align with the lunar phases if you don't even know what they are? You know, it's challenging. But there's apps and all these things to mark when those phases are happening, you know, so you're not trying to look outside. Eventually, like where I'm at right now, I can just look outside and know what phase it is, you know, and some of us can. But I'm always in alignment with the lunar phases. I've been doing it for a decade. When you're first starting out, you're going to want to use an app or something to track the moon. And for this particular manifestation program that had got me out of poverty, you know, to where I'm at now, and continuously used to manifest, the goddess goal system starts at the third quarter moon. So we're committing to our goals on the third quarter moon. Then we're setting our intentions and planting them to our subconscious mind at the waning crescent moon, which is right before the new moon. So yesterday was the waning crescent moon. The 3 days before yesterday was waning crescent. That's when we're planting our attentions into our subconscious mind, because that's when it's the most ripe. This gets into psychology of the mind as well. Okay? And then we have the new moon today, tomorrow, Monday, where we're doing our clearing. Because what did we do? We set the intention. We saw the sun. We know what we want. But we got to clear everything that might be in the way of manifesting it.
Right.
And then we continue with the moon's course, and we get to the full moon. Everything's coming into fruition. And then you have the waning gibbous, which is where we're still celebrating and things come to fruition. Then we start the cycle all over again. The next 2 goals or the next natural step. Let's say one of your goals, you slightly missed the mark because something was off, you know, within that time frame. Something was off that you didn't apply or weren't aligned with properly. And so you might take the next natural step of that goal into the next. It's a cycle. It's a lifestyle. And within the goddess goal system, ultimately, you're taking on a holistic lifestyle, because it's not just about the moon, and it's not just about a goal. It's about aligning with energy that creates life and anything on earth. And in order to do that, we have to get out our own way and trust. Okay? I hope I didn't go all over the place with that answer. Did that?
No, it was, I mean, it's definitely something to build on and kind of like spark the interest of digging deeper into it. Okay. Thank you. And then I saw someone say, what is the bathing?
The bathing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the spiritual bath. Yes. So on the new moon, now we have an entire course coming out on this, just spiritual baths, because you can do spiritual baths for all types of reasons and seasons, right? You can do prosperity spiritual baths, spiritual baths to heal trauma, spiritual baths for attracting love in your life, all types of spiritual baths. But the spiritual bath that I'm focused on, that I really focus on in teaching in the Goddess Goals program, is the spiritual bath that you do on the new moon, which is a clearing bath. So any time you can get near water during the new moon, get in it, on it, drink it, take in as much water as possible, because even without your conscious knowledge, you know, water is clearing on levels that you don't even know exist or that are affecting you. And so water in all forms. So one of the most powerful ways to utilize water, if you can't get to an ocean, because nothing's touching the ocean during the new moon, there's nothing close. If you can dip yourself in the ocean and do this work, that would be grand. But some of us can't, you know. And if we have not manifested a reality where we can go to the ocean whenever we want, then we got to create that in our bathrooms. So you're creating an ocean-like atmosphere in your bathroom through a spiritual bath. And so within that, I'll give you some gems with the spiritual bath real quick. Paula, it hasn't dropped yet, Queen. You'll know. You'll be one of the first to know. It's all recorded, but it's not up. It's not up yet. We have to, you know, segment it out and get it real nice and easy to digest. So a real quick way to make a clearing spiritual bath during the new moon to help clear this, you know, anything that might not serve you on an energetic level, is salt. The number one thing is salt. You need salt. If you don't have anything else, you need salt. So Epsom salt, and I mean a lot of Epsom salt, because you want to create an environment that is very detoxifying for your body. So I'm not talking about like a cup. If you can take a whole bag of Epsom salt, okay, I use and highly recommend anywhere between 6 and 15 pounds of Epsom salt for this particular spiritual bath. And you can get it from pretty much anywhere. You know, they have the certain name brand salts out there that are really popular, but just get Epsom salt. You can also do Himalayan salt. You don't need as much if you do use Himalayan salt. You don't need that many pounds. If you're doing Himalayan salt, I recommend anywhere between a cup to 2 pounds of Himalayan salt. That's the pink Himalayan salt. Any salt is really good. I don't recommend using like table salt. Just the pink Himalayan salt or the Epsom salt. And you can combine both if you like. Also Dead Sea salt, you don't need as much either. If you can get your hands on some Dead Sea salt, I would do anywhere between a cup and 2 pounds again. Same with the pink Himalayan. And you can combine all that salt, but the majority of your salt is going to be that Epsom. All right. And you can get the kind that is pre-oiled, but you just want to make sure the oils align with clearing. So I highly recommend just the stuff that doesn't have any fragrance or oils already added to it. And then unless they're in the mint family. So if they're in the mint family, it's all game. I mean, eucalyptus, peppermint, menthol. I don't recommend putting too much menthol in your bath because then you'll have an icy cold feeling and it'll be uncomfortable. Because you want to sit in there for at least 30 minutes to an hour. As long as possible. But at least 30 minutes. Okay? And you're going to add all your salts. You're going to add any herb in the mint family, light on the menthol. Then you're going to add other cleansing herbs, like any herb that will help to detox your system and your skin. So you can add the echinacea, and then when you add the herbs, you want to do it like a tea ball, so it's not hard to scoop up. You know, you can add echinacea, or you can just do it in oil form, and then you don't have so much cleanup to do with the herbs. So like a tea tree oil. If you do tea tree oil, no more than a couple drops because it'll burn. All right, a couple drops. That's it. I'll do like 1 to 2 drops of tea tree oil. Eucalyptus oil, like I said, is really good for clearing. And then the crystals, be careful with the crystals, because if you don't know how to clear crystals, then you could be adding other people's intentions and stuff that's picked up on crystals. But if you know how to properly clear crystals, which I won't get into too much right now because we have about 9 minutes. So, but some crystals you can put in your bath that are very phenomenal for clearing for the new moon, for a new moon spiritual bath, is going to be a clear quartz and any black stone. Any black stone, which would be like obsidian or black tourmaline, is excellent for that. Any black stone at all. And then there's also a crystal called a Herkimer diamond. And it's a specialty quartz crystal that clears negative energy on your person and around your home. So you can leave it there around your home, and it clears up high level frequencies that interfere with our aura space, like the EMFs and stuff from electronics and things like that. Herkimer diamond. And you put all that in your bath. And before you get in your bath, you pray over it. Okay? You pray over your bath. You put your hands in the water and you pray what you want to clear. And you ask that the water be intentioned for clearing your body. And I'm not going to tell you what to say. Intuit what you need to say. But make it for clearing. And your whole focus is on clearing, not planting intentions. The intention is to clear. Okay? And then when you get in the bath, you can even add music. These are levels. These are all levels. At the very least, add the salt and the intention. That's it. Everything else is just souping it up. It's just making it stronger to pull out more of the energy. And the only way you'll know is to experience it. And once you experience it, you'll realize how powerful it is. Okay? And we are using all nature's gifts here, which are all from the Most High. Right? And we're putting it together in a way that is scientifically proven to clear blockages from your channels, meridians, your auric space, and all of that, things that can be getting in the way energetically of you manifesting what you want in life. Okay, does that help, Queen?
It does. So the starting point, because I'm writing all this down, but I can't do all this in the next 3 days. But the starting point would be just the Epsom salt with some oils, and then kind of building for the next time to add the crystals and things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this can be done within the next 3 days. It doesn't have to be tonight.
No, it doesn't have to be tonight. Yes.
Okay. Well, you said the spiritual bath can be done at any time, but best during this time?
This particular spiritual bath that I'm telling you, a clearing spiritual bath, you want to do during the new moon.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
The new moon. You're welcome. And any new moon. Any new moon.
Okay.
And then if you don't have a bathtub, you can recreate this in the shower. Of course, you won't be soaking, but I want you, the intention of the shower won't be to necessarily clean yourself. You would do all your cleaning and stuff beforehand. You know, you get in the shower, do all your cleaning and soaping. And then what you can do is get the fresh herbs and hang them from the top of your shower, or the oils and have a diffuser going near your shower of them coming out, and then you intentionalizing what you want to release during the shower. You can do that as well. It's not as powerful as a bath, but it's still in alignment and it will still work. It's just not as powerful as a bath. But the most powerful is the ocean. You don't got to bring the oil and stuff to the ocean. You just go to the ocean and do the release work. Okay. You don't even have to be in the ocean the whole time. Like, you can literally sit at the foot of the ocean, have your feet in it, and doing the release work during the new moon. Nothing is touching that. But the spiritual bath comes very close as far as the new moon spiritual bath to cleanse, okay? All right. And so for all the ladies who joined on the Zoom, I will go ahead. Give me a little bit. I will get over to you the chart, and then I will send you some links if you're interested in the full-blown course. And again, I will also throw in the ebook version as well, so that you can really go deep into this work and change your lives for the better. Everything you saw in that sun is in reach. You've already laid out the path for it just now. All right? You just got to walk it. Okay? Any other questions before we go?
When you are your goals, are you setting those based in the time frame of the 28 days? Or can you manifest those goals that you want to work on within a set time?
Like, give me an example. Like, what do you mean? Like you said,
like, for example, if I'm wanting to lose weight, do I want to say that I want to do 10 pounds within those 28 days and do that celebration during that last cycle? Or should I go ahead and manifest that I want to lose, within 100 pounds within 6 months, or whatever the time frame may be?
Okay, I love that question, Queen. Okay, so if you know within your mind's eye that I wanna be down, like my big goal, right? My big goal is to be down 100 pounds, right? And so how are we gonna manifest that? That first phase, that waning gibbous phase, is when you're gonna take that question into meditation. Because remember, not waning gibbous, I keep saying that's celebration. That third quarter moon phase, at the very beginning of this manifestation cycle that we're talking about with Goddess Goals, and you have these questions on how you should formulate your goal, that's what those 3 days channel, that's the part of your mind that is tapped into by these universal forces of nature to help you connect, because the crown chakra is highly activated, okay, during the third quarter moon. So those questions like that, how do I formulate my goal? Which one? How should I go about it? All of that, if you take the techniques that I talked about at the beginning to help you manifest that I am goal phrase, it will come to you by the third day. Now, just to give you insight, I can give you insight on how to formulate your goal. I would still highly recommend that within 28-day time frame, if you know the big goal is 100 pounds, to break it down into bite-sized steps so that you can run this into where you're manifesting a 100-pound drop in a healthy way. So I would say I'm so happy and grateful that I have shed 10 pounds of waste this month. It feels so great to feel 10 pounds lighter, doing the activities that I've always wanted to do to reach my goal weight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Something like that. And then you follow the 8 C's into seeing that into fruition, and I believe I do give an actual weight loss example in the book. I think I do a weight loss example in the book, but if not, I definitely show you how to structure it and everything so that you're in alignment with that. So come the full moon, you're 10 pounds down, and you're out of your own way, right? Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Goddess Jasmine and Sariel and Crystal. Okay? Are there any other questions before we go? I got like 2 minutes, y'all. Any other questions? Well, if there's no other questions, thank you for all the goddesses that joined. I highly appreciate you. I'm so glad that you saw some value in this information and that you were able to dance with your future self and heal some of your past, things that might be coming up for you on this path, on this journey to manifestation. And I appreciate your trust and support. Some of you, more recent, some of you tried and true. And I appreciate that. And doing this work, it definitely helps me to continue to impart the divine feminine aspect of the knowledge just coming down on this plane of existence and give reverence to her. All right. And happy 11/11 to all of you. All right. And I pray that you continue this meditation later tonight and see the results and the fruits of your labor. Okay. All right. So peace. Have a blessed day, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.